The all-new Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG. What does it have? Brand new engine, retuned suspension, more athletic. You're getting 17 horsepower more than the prior gen, losing 15 pound-feet of torque to the prior gen with a 2.0 liter inline four-cylinder turbo. And this vehicle is very unique. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all types of details so you can understand how sophisticated this electric motor and for the exhaust, for the importance and what it does for the performance of the vehicle. Up front, everything is going to be LED. The headlamps, daytime runnings, the AMG night package adds the high gloss black elements, including the front splitter trim, exterior mirror houses, side sill inserts, window surroundings, decorative brace in the rear apron, the tailpipes in the black chrome. The AMG night package 2, the rear and side badging in the black chrome, and still 4.6 inches of clearance, standard rear wheel steering, which gives 2.5 degrees turning radius to make it easier for you in tight positions or for maneuverability to help increase that 50-50 weight distribution. Underneath the hood is a very unique setup. It's handcrafted AMG spec, 2.0 liter inline four-cylinder turbocharged, producing 402 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque with hybrid assist and electronic turbo, which is a new electric exhaust gas turbocharge, which is the first for street cars. This is out of the Mercedes-AMG Formula One team. A thin electric motor accelerates the compression at low RPMs, literally boosting the boost until exhaust gases can take over. Compared to an AMG Speed Shift multi-clutch 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, is this going to be good with MPGs? It's not going to be too bad. 19 for the city, 26 for the highway, the 0 to 60 at 4.6 seconds, which is pretty quick when you're talking about a vehicle that just touches over 70 grand. And this is the pinnacle.
Hey Dad, isn't this a rear bias?
Yes, this is an AMG Sports Performance Suspension, which means it's a 3169 rear bias for traction, helping with cornering and everyday use. Four-wheel independent suspension with 4-link front, 5-arm multi-link rear with AMG ride control. Option the C63, 671 horsepower, 752 pound-feet of torque, reaching 60 at 3.3 seconds. Now you will want to option the 24 model because the 23 will still be a twin-turbo V8 variant and it's not going to be the full refreshed vehicle for the 63. Standard 18-inch wheel. This is a 20-inch, 10 multi-spoke AMG setup.
Hey Dad, this one looks more sportier than the C300.
And that tells you right there what you're getting when you option the AMG. A more sporty, athletic look, quad exhaust outlets, gloss black, the badging blacked out, spoiler lip on top of that trunk lid spoiler. You know, going up in that trunk lid. Look how fast it is to go inside. 12.6 cubic feet of storage with hangers for bags underneath the floor, some more storage. Split fold the rear bench in the back at a 60-40 split. That's going to increase the cargo to the C43. But this is an all-new electrified turbocharged. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Going inside the C43 AMG, headroom at 41 inches, legroom 41.7 inches. The dash and the center cluster gets the metallic fiber weave, 11.9 portrait style infotainment, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, AMG Performance, which is live. Go into your AMG page here so you can change the dynamics of the vehicle. So you will have a slippery, individual, comfort, sport, sport S. And what you're noticing in here is you can change the dynamics to tailor it to your liking. You can make that exhaust louder, or you can make it quieter. You can change the suspension layout for sportier, or you can make it as comfort as you like. Same thing for the dynamics and the drive. Dual climate control settings. Flip it to reverse, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory around the whole vehicle. You can slide your finger around for the 3D, so you can see any imperfections. You can do it where it will do it for you. All touch sensitive with the finger recognition. Slide this open to a wireless charging pad, the USB-C, and the AMG key fob for the C43. The cup holders can extend different ways, so you can make them a little bit larger or smaller, and you can also just pop it out like so. So you have a large storage container. More sporty, where you're going to rest your arms. Open up inside to 2 USB-C ports, and it's a pretty deep storage pocket. AMG Performance steering wheel with Nappa leather, and what that means is you can toggle through your driver mode select on the fly, which makes it easy for you. Same thing with the suspension setup and your adaptive cruise control. Paddle shifters, the stocks, push button start, and the 12.3 digital gauge cluster that can go through an array of information, and you can also change out the whole design layout to make it more sporty or understated, or just give yourself full navigation. 16-way power seat adjustment, heated, ventilated, perforated, red contrast stitching, red seat belts, AMG badging, 3-stage memory for the driver and passenger. The craftsmanship is unlike any other when you get into the AMG. You're going to get the contrast stitching in red with the circular air vents, heads-up display, and that mesh that comes even on the driver's side. The door panels configure into the dashboard. It's going to be more soft materials everywhere. One touch up and down for all the windows, and this is a touchpad for the side view mirrors, so it makes it more seamless with a long storage pocket and a beverage holder in the front with a one-touch dual moonroof setup. For the back seats, 37.6 inches of headroom. It's not going to be too bad in the width either, as you're telling. 36 inches of leg space. Cup holders and a pin holder start off with 2 circular air vents and storage tray underneath, with storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel gets the same materials as the front, the ambient lighting that's going to circle around the piano black, soft materials everywhere, one touch up and down for the rear windows, and a storage pocket that you can fit a couple of bottles. Well, what do you think about this vehicle, Yusuf?
This car feels more sportier than the C300.
He sounds like he's trying to sell the car, but I think he's a little bit excited to see how I sit in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom is no issue because of the dual panel moonroof. Leg space isn't too bad. I am against the back of the front seats in the position I'd be sitting, sharing butt, shoulder, and feet space because the rails are pushed back a little bit, but I don't mind that because this is a little bit more sporty than the standard C300. 17 horsepower more than the prior gen, 402 out of this small of an engine, 15 pound-feet of torque less. Well, let's see how she goes. .6 seconds is what Mercedes-Benz quotes. It's gonna be the same torque as a BMW M340i. It's gonna be a little bit less in horsepower and torque than an M3, especially if you option a competition. But then you also have to consider the price of this is actually cheaper. It's going to weigh a little bit less than the prior gen, so the front overhang may feel a little bit funny whenever you are going into corners, but that rear steering definitely will help, giving you that 31-69 split for torque ratio. I mean, you just got a lot that's going on. Formula One performance is what you're getting out of that engine, which is incredible because of how small the engine is, and yet you're still getting nearly 20 mpgs on a daily use. Is the ride going to be more firm? A little bit more so than the C300, but you're going to expect that. The seats are going to be more comfortable too, though. Ventilated heated seats is what we have here. This is the Pinnacle, so you got every single feature that you need, and you do get a little bit of those pops out of the exhaust note. Here we go. I like what you're getting out of here. It really has a whole different dynamic in the drive. It still feels athletic, it feels tight. If I need to do some maneuverability, which you're gonna see here in a second, you could do so without hardly any problems. Getting up onto the interstate, you're gonna get in front of traffic. You're not gonna have to worry about traffic jams as long as you can maneuver in and out. Front windscreen, very dynamic when you're looking through it with the twin dome hood. And I like that grille, the way it sets, because now it just looks even more athletic. Some dynamics, I mean, it turns and it goes. It just wants to keep going. The way they have handcrafted this engine, it's not like other turbocharged where you have a lag. They've added so much extra to it to compensate that lag, so it keeps going even faster, especially with the dual clutch transmission setup. Now that's going to take me to some things I like and dislike, and starting off with is what I like. When you think about the design that comes out of this vehicle, you have an electric exhaust gas turbocharged, which is the first of its kind. It's a thin electric motor that accelerates the compressor at low RPMs, which will boost the boost and give you more power. And the only way I can really show you that is to illustrate it. So I pulled off on the side of the road. So we're gonna stop right here and go. And that takes me to the second thing that I like, is you still get that excitement from the exhaust. It does unfortunately filter in through the speakers, but I like that we still have the engineering to it, and it's still a gas-powered hybrid or mild hybrid technology, in which I could see them doing a plug-in variant later on down the road. And you don't have to worry about a full electric vehicle, which is what everybody is concerned about, because we have lost the twin turbo V8 when you get into the C63. The last thing that I like about the vehicles, when you get into the Pinnacle, top of the line trim, you're over 70 grand, but you got every single feature for the interior, the exterior. You're gonna have to still add some things, which I kind of dislike. You have to add the night package. You have to add for the grille to look the way it is. You have to add for the upgraded wheels. There's a few things that when you start getting into the Pinnacle, these things should be standard on the exterior. I would rather the price be inflated than I pay an extra $1,000 here or there. The next thing that I dislike is that the 0 to 60 is still slower than the BMW M340i or even the M3, whether you get the base model or the competition, in which, because they've put so much work in the design of this engine, I wish it would have been at least 4 seconds, 0 to 60. And the last thing that I dislike about the vehicle, it doesn't have the carbon fiber inserts. It has a metal weave insert, which I think it looks a little bit more sporty when you do the carbon fiber. I like that it's not gloss black everywhere, because that is what a lot of the automotive industry is doing. So it still does look sporty, and you have some of the most ambient lighting in class comparing to any vehicle, because Mercedes actually pays attention to detail, putting the ambient lighting in the air vents, around the gloss black for your power seat adjustments, and taking it even into the rear, where you're not actually disqualifying any of the luxury features that are in this. And the nice thing is we got this performance steering wheel, so I can change the driving mode on the fly, so I can do some dynamics. And you see what I mean? You're right up on top of the traffic, just giving it a little go. That's not even really pushing full. That's how much power comes out of this smaller 2.0 inline 4-cylinder turbocharged. Turn radius at a stop point with the standard rear wheel steering. About 2 lanes. It's just an everyday drive, so we can try to get into the lane. It's a fun car. It will definitely put a smile on your face. Anything over 400 horsepower. I personally have a 404 horsepower vehicle. So when I let family members drive it, they always tell me the same thing. They're like, this car is just something that builds confidence in you. You can do maneuverabilities you can't normally do, and you can do that with this, and it's under $80,000. I mean, typically when you're doing a full refresh, you're expecting the price to escalate, and it's not really escalated. It's actually a decent price comparing to all of the dynamics in which you're getting. And yeah, I'm not gonna be a jerk. I'm gonna let people go in front of me, and then I'm gonna push the gas. I'd like to thank Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater for giving us this 2023 Mercedes C43 AMG for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like, and I have somebody back here that wants to say something.
And hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications.